guys, it's Horsey Steph, and today I am back with another Horse Trainer Reacts to Heartland. Today we are starting the 5th episode of season 1, and I'm so excited to jump back into the series. It's been a little bit of time since I watched episode 4. You've been seeing these videos coming out, twice a week, but I film the whole episode all at once and then release segments at a time. So it's been a hot second for me, and I'm excited to jump on in and kind of see how things are going. I know we had finished episode 4 with Ty packing up and leaving to go to Briar Ridge. Ben says he's gonna make a change, but we haven't actually seen anything on that front since that was at the very end of the episode. So I'm really curious to see how that all unfolds and just kind of keep watching this episode with you. I'm starting to really enjoy Heartland. If you guys could go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe for future videos, that would help me out a ton. And let's go ahead and jump on in.
Perfect. Ashley's here.
I don't know why she's so against going to town and seeing Ash. I mean, they're going out to eat, I think, or pick up something. This looks like their diner. I don't know why she's so opposed to seeing Ash there. I mean, you see people you don't like all the time in public. You just ignore them. Nobody's saying you have to actually talk to them. Alright, I get why this would actually upset Amy, seeing not just Ash, but seeing Ty having lunch, I assume. I mean, I just made that up, but seems most likely. Having lunch with Ash, I can see why that would upset Amy, because obviously the whole thing about Ty going to Briar Ridge was more Amy getting jealous of Ash, and of course Ash wanted her there because Ashley was jealous of Amy having Ty all the time, living at her house.
You and Ty need to talk.
It seems
Why?
like both Ty and
Amy.
Amy really do want to talk. They both kind of left things in a bad place, but neither of them want to make the first move. I don't think this is really the time or place to make that move, but it's a TV show, so I'm sure that's what's going to happen. Why else would they have put them in this diner together? But I would think that they would be better off, texting and meeting up or talking on the phone, not going, and having this conversation in public while Ashley's around and everyone else is around. It seems like it's such a private conversation to have in public.
Perfect pony, one that will win lots of ribbons. If you've ever wanted the perfect pony trained by the world's top professionals.
So they have a TV commercial for Briar Ridge on the TV, on this kind of maybe local show jumping circuit news. I can't imagine any equestrian business actually doing that. I mean, a horse trainer doing that. Obviously, tack brands and, large international companies are gonna pay for stuff like that, but a horse trainer, I don't think that you're going to get your money back on such a big investment. And I could be wrong, but I can't imagine you'd get your money back on that.
Ashley, you look so incredible.
Come to us. Join the winner's circle. Briar Ridge.
But of course, Ashley was in the commercial, so I'm sure that's why they were there in the first place, was to watch the TV, not at their house, but get a group of friends, watch her in the commercial because they knew it was going to come out on the TV in public and all that, Oh, I'm on TV, how exciting. I'm sure that was this whole deal.
Totally obsessed.
I think it's gonna be cool. Are you gonna be in it?
No way.
Alright, so I think Lou saw that commercial and thought, oh, this is a brilliant idea, we should do something similar. I'm really not sure it's a brilliant idea. I mean, having some sort of promotional video is obviously a great idea, especially in this day and age where everyone's on YouTube. You can put it on YouTube, put it on your website, etc. That's of course a great idea, but to have a TV spot, I don't think that's a great idea. I think it's just so much money and really not worth it. But of course, Lou's Briar Ridge is doing it, so we should do it. And she's really into the business side of things and also not super in touch with the horse world, so I think she wouldn't understand the downside of that as much as somebody in the horse world would see. I mean, you're just not getting that much return on investment in the horse world like you could if you were running like a clothing company or something. I mean, obviously there are people out there making tons of money training horses, but it's few and far between, and it's really mass operations that are making their money less on the day-to-day training and more on selling their whole system and ideas and whatnot. Like, I think of Pirelli and John Lyons and names like those that are selling like a whole system, and horses coming into training is more the secondary thing that kind of keeps that system going. Their money isn't really coming from that day-to-day horses, and they aren't the ones doing the work either. They obviously have assistants. They're the ones actually working with the horses every single day. So I see why Lou thought the idea was good, but I don't think it's a great idea. And I'm sure Amy has absolutely no interest in being part of this, because Amy's not interested in like the fame of being on TV like Ashley. I'm sure Ashley thought it was like the best idea ever. It could have even been Ashley's idea just to get herself on TV. But I mean, Amy's not into that kind of stuff, so I get why she wouldn't be too interested and be kind of like, meh, why? Why do it?
This is gonna be even bigger.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Believe me, it'll be.
Yeah, if they're already working really hard, don't have enough help, getting more clients in is not gonna be sustainable. So I get why the grandpa is like, oh my God, what are we doing? We're gonna run a commercial while we're already like struggling to keep up with day-to-day stuff right now. Obviously the benefits of running a commercial, you bring in more money, you can maybe hire more help and, you know, keep things going a little bit better. But in the short term, I mean, you're going to be working yourself to death while you handle the increased client demand and try to hire somebody. But Lou is super excited about this. She has all the pieces lined up. This is like right up her alley in her like New York lifestyle. This is the kind of thing she knows people who do. I don't think she's like ever done a commercial herself, but this is like her kind of world.
Dylan Carver, thanks for getting back to me.
See you then, bye.
Grandpa!
All right, and the director happens to be local already right now. He's in the area shooting something else. So, I mean, that is actually a win-win that she has a contact with this director and he's close. Like, you could easily drive an hour to go shoot something with the horses, or he could drive to come see them, and I think that would probably be better. Depends on how strong that connection is with him. I mean, it's through her boyfriend, so just depends on whether he really wants to do them a favor, because I imagine they're not going to pay him anywhere near enough to make it like truly worth his time. But if he wants to do him a favor, it's only an hour, it's not too bad. I do think they probably want to film at Heartland because they want to show off their facility as well as their horses and their training skills. But I mean, they could work going somewhere else and just showing off their training skills. Just depends on the kind of commercial they want to run. I think Surya might be slightly in love with Ben. Yeah, I called that. She thinks he's hot from the moment she saw him. She was like, hi. You know, like people do when they're like shy and excited about meeting somebody they think is really exciting. I mean, he's good looking, but he's not all that. Don't go for him. Ty, I get why people fall in love with Ty. He's like genuinely such a nice guy. Ben's so selfish. I mean, the looks are about as far as it goes.
He's already involved.
With who?
With his horse? Oh yeah, and himself.
His horse and himself. I didn't expect the horse one. I was curious where she was going when she said that, but he's very involved with himself. I mean, selfish. That's what I already just said, right?
Let's just say he's the reason why Ty left.
I don't know that Ben is entirely the reason Ty left. I actually think Amy was part of the reason Ty left too. His whole idea, like, oh, you have it so good here and it can't get any better. I think that also kind of pissed Ty off, and that's also part of the reason he left.
3 meals a day in my own room, TV with like 1 million channels. That's...
The amenities definitely at Briar Ridge are going to be better than at Heartland. I mean, they have a lot of money and they can afford to pay their staff pretty well. And because Ashley likes him, he's going to get treated well. I don't know that all the staff does. I mean, they seem like the kind of people that would totally screw over their employees. But again, like, Ty's there because Ashley likes him, so of course they're not gonna screw him over.
I'm still your official sponsor. Val has designed for you.
That's only fair. I mean, he's been there a little bit. The grandfather waited until he'd been there for a little bit to be like, are you gonna stay here? Are you gonna come back? Just to see if Ty thought he'd made a mistake when he decided to move to working at Briar Ridge. But the sponsor should be whoever employs him. So yes, Val should fill out the paperwork. It is like the legal thing to do. So definitely, if he's gonna stay there for a long-term position, she should be his sponsor in that. I mean, that's just how things should go. So I'm glad the grandpa brought it up. I'm also glad he waited until Ty had had some time to experience Briar Ridge and really decide if this is what he wanted.
Yeah, I thought I'd feel you out a bit before I made the changes.
Jack wants to say that he wants Ty back, and he just doesn't know how to say it. But that's really the other reason he came, is he misses having Ty around. I think he quite likes Ty. But he just doesn't know how to say it. I wish you would come back.
Do they miss you at the Poverty Barn?
That's really irritating that she says Poverty Barn like Heartland is like a homeless camp or something. I mean, it's really putting them down. Yeah, they're not as fancy as Briar Ridge is, but they're clean, they're well organized, they're a nice horse facility, they're not a dump. So calling them Poverty Barn, I mean, that is really quite offensive. And I think that does get onto Ty's nerves a little bit.
I asked you to saddle him up an hour ago. Just do it.
And of course, Ashley is treating him terribly, which we knew would happen. I mean, it was only a matter of time where she got over that whole, oh, I love you, so I'm gonna be super sweet to you so you stay, to her real colors coming out. Like, why didn't you do this for me, even though you have 1,000 other things you have to do? I expect you to also be my personal servant and get everything done for me, as well as all your other work, because, like, that's how Ashley works. People do things for her all the time.
That is so sweet. But actually, I have a real director interested. Oh, well,
I don't know why she's offended that Lou isn't taking her up on her husband shooting it. Her husband shoots weddings, and this guy shoots commercials for big companies. Like, the two are so unrelated. I would think that she would totally get it. Like, a wedding photographer and videographer would be a good choice, especially low budget and you know them. But if you can have like an actual commercial director, there's so much more than just videoing the commercial. Like, the whole planning out, deciding how to shoot it, deciding how to put it together, that's something this big name director can help do that this girl's husband is not going to be able to do. I feel bad for this horse. They brought over this horse that's wild. He's never been ridden. I assume has had very little training or handling, and they stuck him in a round pen for him to sit there panicking. I'm hoping she gets in there and, does something to help calm him down. I don't really believe in this whole leaving horses out to dry, and I feel like by putting this horse in the round pen and not giving him any direction, they are hanging him out to dry. I would much rather have seen her work with him in an environment he was comfortable in the first place. But if that's not possible, at least step in there and give him some direction. Like, this is your safe place. This is where you can stay and relax. Help him work on changing his nervous system over until he is relaxed and quiet. Obviously, she's probably going to do that stupid join-up thing, which is not going to accomplish that at all. But I guess it's better than leaving him to just run himself into a tizzy and shut down, maybe. I don't know. Again, I mean, I don't like join up. But I think if you're gonna put a horse in a super stressful situation like this, if you absolutely can't avoid it, at least it's your duty to help them relax and be okay with the environment you've put them in. He's awfully quiet and dull about moving off pressure for a horse that is completely untrained and wild. I would expect a wild horse to move away from the pressure a lot better. So he's obviously had some interactions with people. He's not absolutely petrified of them. He's more worked up about being in the round pen and being isolated, probably separation anxiety from his herd, than he is about the whole people thing.
You're gonna have to be his alpha horse.
No, you don't have to be his alpha horse. This whole dominance-based training is complete and utter malarkey. You need to be the leader, and being the leader has nothing to do with dominance. It involves showing him this is safe, we're safe, I'm safe, this area is safe, you're gonna be safe. That's what a leader does. It's like a parent. You don't see your child panicking and yell at them for having a panic attack. You say, oh my gosh, my child is panicking. You're okay. I'm okay. You're okay. Everything's gonna be okay.
Give him time. Come around.
Excellent.
It's only because he likes her that he's agreeing to spend the afternoon helping her clean instead of taking the afternoon off work to relax, which is, I'm sure, what his actual plan was. Because Lou is gonna put him to work like he is a mule.
Yeah, you need to move the manure pile.
Move the manure pile? No, I mean, that's freaking crazy. You don't move a whole manure pile. I mean, shoot around it, look around it. If your manure pile is right front and center on your property, that's kind of like poor planning in the first place. But that is like complete craziness that she would think they might move a manure pile just for a shoot. I mean, cover it with a tarp or something, build a wall around it. You're not gonna move that. If it's been there forever, it's gotta be, oh my God. I mean, you need a tractor, not a shovel.
I got some work to do with Red, so.
Red can wait, okay? And where is Mallory when we actually need her?
And the idea that Ben has some work to do with Red is just his typical, I don't want to do work, I am not here to work, so I'm not going to help you out crap. It's why, you know, he's no replacement for Ty, who actually did work, Ben gets nothing done. He just barely takes care of his own horse. They actually have him moving the freaking manure pile. That is insanity.
I'd like to tell her where she can put it.
I'd like to tell you where you can put it.
Mallory did finally show up to be put to work. It's funny how they're only ever sort of decent to her when they want something from her. Because that still wasn't a really nice way of treating her.
What do you think, jerkface?
She didn't like him because he's the reason Ty left.
You don't like Ben? Not so much.
Why?
Because if it wasn't for him, Ty would still be here.
And of course, she's in love with Ty.
I talked to Ty at the diner. He's got a bit of a different story.
I figured that Ty had a different story. Amy and Mallory are too busy blaming Ben to think about how there are a lot of other reasons he would leave for Briar Ridge, and frankly, one of them is Amy. I think Amy is a big reason he left Heartland to go to Briar Ridge. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that segment of Heartland. We're gonna go ahead and cut off the show here, just so that this video doesn't get too long. But, you know, it kind of seems like we're jumping into the same basic issues we had in the last episode, plus this added idea that Lou is going to run a commercial and she's gonna, like, change the entire property just to run that commercial. So that should be super interesting. We'll see how that goes in, you know, the rest of this episode. I think they are gonna probably shoot this commercial in this episode. So that's kind of like the whole deal in this episode is that commercial. But seems like complete crazy town. Lou is gonna micromanage the whole farm. I get why Amy said it would be a nightmare, because it's not actually the commercial that it's the problem. It's that they're not gonna portray Heartland accurately. They're gonna portray the like movie set version that Lou would like to portray Heartland as. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below, let me know your thoughts, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.